Get your chevrons locked and loaded. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Stargate moments.
You realize we have to consider that thing a threat to our security.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be going over the best moments from the Stargate franchise, including the films and television series, at least up until this point. Step on through the puddle and join us, won't you? Number 10, Meeting Teal'c, Stargate SG-1.
This is not Goa'uld technology. Where are you from?
Let's start, appropriately, near the beginning. On one of their first missions through the gate, SG-1 are captured by Apophis, a member of a parasitic race called the Goa'uld, who their Jaffa followers see as gods. Apophis's lead soldier, or First Prime, is Teal'c, who has seen and participated in many of his master's atrocities. Upon meeting SG-1, Teal'c sees their determination to resist, so when Jack O'Neill pleads for help,
I can save these people!
He decides to give it to them.
Many have said that. But you are the first I believe could do it.
Besides being a defining character moment, Teal'c really makes the rest of our entries possible by saving SG-1.
I have nowhere to go.
For this, you can stay at my place. Let's go!
Number 9, Rush reveals Destiny's mission, Stargate Universe.
You cracked Destiny's master code?
Listen to me.
You've had control of this ship the whole time!
Dr. Nicholas Rush and Colonel Everett Young are two of the leading members of the ad hoc crew of the runaway ship Destiny, and they clash numerous times throughout the series. But their conflict comes to a head when it's revealed that Rush has been in control of the ship for weeks.
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Young then pressures Rush to share what he's learned, and the cunning, pragmatic scientist reveals that Destiny was charged by the Ancients to map a pattern they found in the background radiation of the universe, evidence of intelligence before the Big Bang.
They found evidence of a structure buried deep within the background radiation.
It's too bad this intriguing idea never got to be explored, since Stargate Universe ended shortly afterwards.
Or a sign of intelligence from the beginning of time.
Number 8, Atlantis Rises, Stargate Atlantis.
We're underwater. I'd say we're under several hundred feet of ocean.
The opening episodes of the franchise's first spin-off see an expedition from Earth travel to the lost city of Atlantis through the Stargate. Atlantis did indeed sink into the waves, but the expedition finds the city intact and protected by an energy shield.
There. Another part of the force field just failed.
The team's presence there quickly begins draining the remaining power, and attempts at finding more power only end up getting people captured. As the power fails, however, instead of flooding and dying, the city rises to the surface in a thrilling sequence with gorgeous visuals and a soaring orchestral score. What had seemed to be the end was only the beginning.
I was hoping for another day. It looks like we just got a whole lot more than that.
Number 7, Battle of Asuras, Stargate Atlantis.
Wow, it's quite a sight.
We may be stretching the definition of a moment with this one, but it's definitely worth it. With the malevolent, intelligent nanomachines called replicators becoming a threat to the Pegasus galaxy, Atlantis puts together a ragtag alliance of Earth ships, local human vessels, and even their worst enemies, the Wraith, to battle the replicators and distract them while the team destroys their planet Asuras. The ensuing space battle is one of the most action-packed in the entire franchise, and the team's solution to destroy the planet, while quite ludicrous, is quite stunning to watch. Number 6, Time Loop Montage, Stargate SG-1.
Well, think about it. I mean, if you know in advance that everything is always going to go back to the way it was, then you could do anything.
Plenty of franchises have dealt with time loop stories, and Stargate manages to do it better than most. Teal'c and O'Neill are stuck reliving the same day over and over, and their attempts to decipher how to break free, as well as their repeated attempts to convince the others of what's going on, make for one of the funniest episodes of the whole franchise. The crown jewel, though, has to be the montage towards the end that sees them let off some steam when they realize they can do anything with no consequences, leading to a memorable game of golf.
Colonel O'Neill, what the hell are you doing? In the middle of my backswing!
And an even more memorable kiss.
Resigning? What for?
So I can do this.
Number 5, Teal'c vs. Ronon, Stargate Atlantis.
Perhaps you could leave us to become better acquainted.
When the hot-headed Ronon Dex faces a prospective interview that will decide his future with the Atlantis team, Colonel Samantha Carter calls on Teal'c to help Ronon prepare. The two of them get off to a rocky start, to say the least. And the initial animosity is only inflamed when a sparring match between them turns into a full-fledged fight that lasts over an hour and has onlookers exchanging bets.
Boy, it looks anything but friendly.
I don't know, it's good for them. They're just blowing off some steam.
Seeing arguably two of the best fighters from their respective series go toe-to-toe is a dream come true. And while their fighting gets broken up, it doesn't stop fans from making bets of their own on who might have won. Number 4. Battle of Antarctica, Stargate SG-1.
Anubis is gathering the full force of his fleet. He will be here within 3 days.
The final episodes of Season 7 see SG-1 in a race against time to locate a storehouse of ancient weapons and technology before the system lord Anubis arrives at Earth. With the villain's fleet bearing down on them in Antarctica, SG-1 is aided by Earth's first hyperspace ship, the Prometheus, whose fighters engage in a spectacular dogfight. Eventually, Colonel O'Neill is able to activate the ancient weapons, obliterating Anubis's fleet. The entire sequence is full of fantastic action, accompanied by great music, and it acts as the culmination of a story arc that has lasted for several seasons, while also setting up Stargate Atlantis.
If this is not the Lost City, then where is it?
Number 3. O'Neill meets the Asgard, Stargate SG-1. After having a database of ancient knowledge downloaded into his head that is slowly killing him, Colonel O'Neill constructs a device that gives a power boost to the Stargate, opening a connection to another galaxy by means of the gate's 8th chevron.
Chevron 8 is locked.
After going through it, O'Neill encounters the Asgard, a benevolent alien race with connections to Earth. They explained that they were part of an alliance of legendary races, which includes the Ancients, who were the Gate Builders. They also expound on humanity's potential to join the Alliance themselves.
The Alliance was built over many millennia. Your race has much to prove before we may interact on that level.
With its ties to the series' past, and everything it does to set up the franchise's future, this is a pivotal moment indeed.
You have already taken the first steps towards becoming the 5th race.
Number 2. Daniel Jackson's Death and Ascension, Stargate SG-1.
If you are to die, Daniel Jackson, I wish you to know that I believe that the fight against the Goa'uld will have lost one of its greatest warriors.
Upon being exposed to radiation from an unstable weapon on another world, Daniel Jackson lays dying in Stargate Command. A powerful being from his past, Omadatsala, is there to offer comfort, however, and gives him a chance at a different life by allowing him to ascend to a higher plane of existence.
Are you saying that I could do that? Become like you?
His decision to do so was a small comfort to a lot of fans, and many were distraught at his departure, given that he was the first main cast member to die.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Daniel did eventually return, but his final goodbye with Jack O'Neill still gets us choked up.
See you around. I don't know.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Why am I lying here?
You have an arrow, Rodney, in your gluteus maximus.
Oh, well, that sounds painful.
Number 1. Replicators defeated, Liberation of the Jaffa, Stargate SG-1. With the replicators on the loose in the Milky Way, SG-1 is separated, but each member still does their part to overcome the threat. O'Neill leads the defense of Stargate Command, Carter works to modify a superweapon on Takara that will wipe out the replicators, Teal'c leads the Jaffa against the replicator ships in orbit, and Daniel engages in a battle of wills with a replicator duplicate of Carter.
There are so many, aren't there? Too many for your mind to handle.
Things come to a head, and the superweapon activates Stargates all over the galaxy, wiping the malevolent machines out forever. The moment represents the defeat of both the series' biggest villains, the Goa'uld and the Replicators, and it is immensely satisfying.
Behold, your false god.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.